Good morning. Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Wednesday, November 26th. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. With high pressure building back in across California, the marine layer remains non-existent and skies remain sunny across the coastal regions. Lingering surface moisture across the interior of the state from the recent wet weather continues to produce widespread low clouds and fog across the Central Valley that will likely stick around through the afternoon once again. High temperatures today will range just a couple degrees warmer than yesterday away from the Central Valley as high pressure peaks in strength over the state. Thanks to some weak offshore flow, the Southern California coastal valleys will warm into the upper 70s to low 80s in many spots today. It will be a bit cooler over the Central Coast, but still quite comfortable in the low to mid 70s in the warmest spots. The Central Valley will remain much cooler in the 50s due to the widespread stubborn low cloud cover. Very similar temperatures are expected on Thursday, giving way to a fantastic and comfortable Thanksgiving Day. As is common with high pressure over the region, weak offshore flow is expected to continue through Thursday. Winds will be purely driven by an offshore pressure gradient, and there is no upper-level support to enhance the surface winds, so overall wind speeds will remain rather weak. Winds will be strongest over the ridges and canyons susceptible to east to northeast winds across Southern California, with local gusts up to 35 miles an hour, maybe 40 miles an hour at times. High pressure and offshore flow will allow humidity to lower into the 15 to 30% range over most areas away from the Central Valley and nearby foothills. Locally drier spots are likely over the higher peaks and breezier canyons. Forecast models are now coming into better agreement regarding the forecast for the weekend and going into next week, though some uncertainty remains. Most ensemble forecast systems indicate the high pressure area over the west coast will continue to weaken on Friday. Then an inside slider troughing pattern will likely develop across the interior west by this weekend and likely into early and mid next week. Some uncertainty remains in the positioning of the inside sliders moving through, so confidence in the forecast details remains more moderate than high. Temperatures are likely to cool down a little Friday, then more significantly over the weekend as the inside slider pattern develops. By Sunday, most areas will only see highs ranging in the low to mid 60s. A slight increase in temperatures is possible for Monday and Tuesday, but the extent is uncertain. With better confidence in an inside slider scenario, there is a greater likelihood for a dry forecast as we head into next week. There remains a possibility of scattered showers over the higher terrain this weekend or early next week, but since a colder and drier Canadian air mass is moving in, there is very little moisture to work with, and any precipitation will be very light. The bigger question for the weekend into early next week forecast will be the winds. The inside slider pattern will likely bring in periods of breezy north to northeast winds, though there remains some uncertainty regarding the strength and exact timing. As of right now, winds continue to look to be on the lighter side, though of course that can change depending on how the pattern evolves. So overall, the forecast going into next week looks rather mundane and uneventful. We can expect steady drying trends in our dead fuel moistures over the next several days, though to no surprise it remains very wet out there for the most part, and we have a long way to go just to get to average levels after the recent wet pattern. And we continue to see a strong low elevation green-up develop across the region, which should only accelerate this week as warmer and sunnier weather allows for better growing conditions. There will remain little to no fire activity across the region for quite a while to come, and fire danger will remain very low through the holiday season. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Friday, November 28th. Have a fantastic day and have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.